Well, look what the Project Fairy dropped off here at Raymore Repair. This is a Great Dane walk-behind, commercial-ish 48-inch mower with 17 horsepower FH500V Kawasaki engine. Don't know a thing about it. Got dropped off. I was told it doesn't run. That's all I know. First thing let's do, let's check the oil on it and see if it actually has any or not. Yep. Has some oil. Does it have any gas? It does, but it's not very safe to actually call it gas anymore. It's the remnants of gas, though. Let's see. Compression. Yeah, it feels like it does. That's rather odd. You have to pull start a V-twin? Surely this thing has a starter on it. Well, it used to have a starter on it. It used to live right there. Here's the snorkel for it. Nope, it's blocked off. Apparently this is the Econo model without electric start. Yeah, it's got some of these. It's got handles down here too. Yeah, guess we'll figure out what all that does. First thing we need to know is what's it going to take to get it going. Well, let's take a look and see what we got for an air filter in this sweetheart. Seems like that'd be a good thing to do. Not sure, but it looks not too bad. All right, the choke's supposed to choke when it goes to full throttle. Well, we got oil in this thing. Let's give it a little squirt in here and see what happens. My can's mostly empty. Oh, you know what? We're going to need a key. I just thought about that. I don't know if I have one of those or not. Or we could just unhook the wire. Well, now, that's something. What do you say we try that again? What if it says a fuel shutoff on it? It does, but it looks like it's in the on position. So much for that. Let's give her a drink. Give her a tug. Ooh, we're really going now. All right, we know it'll run. We know it's got bad fuel and probably needs to have the carb cleaned. So let's dig into the carburetor. All right, well, let's get the carb off of it and start there because we'll need it a cleaning, and it can be a cleaning while we're doing anything else. What do you think of that? Plan? I think so. She got a couple screws down here. Got to tell you, that does not look like an original screw. There's probably one over here too. Why, there certainly is. Hey, look, we found something. Found a carburetor. We could go ahead and pull that off, but I want to pull this off and kind of blow around it a little bit and get rid of any junk that's going to be in there. Well, that's just got a slot. That's convenient. We don't have to take that all the way out. It's part of the way. I bet this one's the same way. It's still the right bolt. Yep, that'll do. Alrighty, we're taking this shroud off. I had you out of frame there for a second. Of course, some yahoo put a standard bolt on this thing. If they didn't booger it up too bad, I'll put the right one back on it. There's our recoil, which it needs a little love too. She's kind of hanging out here a ways. We'll fix that. Oh, there's more bolts. Of course there's more bolts. Why wouldn't there be more bolts? I just didn't see them. Let's see if that's loose enough. By Jove, it is. Hey, not bad. We got a mud dauber nest here, or a wasp nest. Good thing nobody's home. I'd have been more excited if there were. All right, let's take a better look at this sweetheart. We know she started running on 2 cylinders when we tried to fire it up, but as you can see, there's really not a whole lot of nest and junk down in here. We're just going to blow it out with compressed air, and I'm going to blow all this off before I get any farther into this thing. I just don't want to get a bunch of junk down in there if I don't have to. I have a vague idea how to run the thing, but can't say I ever have. Yeah, there's water in that fuel too. You can see it pooling up here. See how this has got bubbles in it? That's not bubbles, that's water. If we shake that line, there's more. There's a big bubble back here. Yep, water. Who'd have thought it? Looks like it's been sitting outside forever. I have no idea how it ever got water in it. Yeah, I have an idea how it got water in it. Let's go ahead and pull our carburetor off now. We got it all cleaned up a little bit. Pull that vent line off and see if it'll kind of stay there. This needs a little love tap. There we go. Hey, gasket come off clean even. Must be living right today. Let's undo our throttle linkage and the spring. There we go. And now the choky one. You know, somebody got fussy with me the other day because my hand was in the way when I was hooking up the linkage. You know, sometimes your hands are just in the way. Don't really know what to tell them about that. All right, let's put this on the bench and take it apart. Looks like a 12. And we're going to need our usual suspects as far as carburetor tools. That's weird. It was a 12 all along. Dang it, I knew I was right, and then I was wrong, and now I'm right again. Makes for a long day, I can tell you that. I mean, how many times can you be right and wrong at the same minute? For me, it's quite often. Yeah, we had some water in there, but really everything doesn't look, you know, there's some junk. We're going to run it through the Vibratron anyway. Try to clean this sweetheart up a little bit. You always wonder, where do all my good screwdrivers go? This would be the emulsion tube. It come out really well. It's a big jetty looking thing. There's a littler jetty looking thing over here on the side. We'll pop him out too. Just seems like the right thing to do. There. Can we push our float pin out? Well, maybe. She might have a big old case of the hung-ups. Let me get a thingy-majigger. This kind of thingy-majigger. Give her just a little persuasion, she come right out. Float needle. Let's see here, what else we got? Don't know that this needs to come out, but it sure looks like it can come out. Yeah, it come out. That's a vent of some sort. Do we have a low speed screw? Might not. Depends how new the carburetor is. Some do and some don't. The newer they are, the more chance they don't. I would say that's this with this limiter cap on here. Yeah, that'd be it. This limiter cap needs to go. We want ours unlimited, at least to clean it. And of course, we'll put the limiter cap back on because that's the EPA rules. Yay, look at that. Now then, we should be able to get that sweetheart out of there. Bada bing, bada boom, there she is. It's out. There's a little hole that it goes to. We still got some more stuff to take out in this hole. Oh yeah, that feels bad. Trying to make sure my screwdriver is not scraping the edges. There's threads all the way down through there, and I don't want to booger them up before I get this out of here. I'm not sure it's going to come out. It's probably hooked to the emulsion tube as well. Yeah, we're going to tighten it up and leave him there. That sounds like a good plan. We'll pretend like it never existed, even though we know it did. That's Charlie whining. My wife and daughter just got home, and Charlie dog's out here with me. He wants in the house pretty bad. He sees a chance to get some attention. All right, that's torn down. We'll warm up the Vibratron. We'll throw it in there, and we'll be right back. Well, I drained the fuel out of the tank, and now I'm soaking up what's left in it. There's some water in the bottom of this tank. So I'm just kind of soaking it up. That's a piece of a pig mat is what it is. Run a couple through here, and I might come back with just some regular paper towels. I think they absorb water better than the pig mats do. Let's take a look and see what we got now. See if we can see down in here. Well, that's the side the rag's on. But you can see we're starting to get pretty dry down in here. Well, gee whiz. Let's get you to focus. There, that's the bottom of the tank. And we're starting to get that corner pretty dry. And tell you what, let me bring you back as soon as I get this rag out of here, and we'll see what we got. Yeah, that's pretty good. That side, and pretty good over there too. That thing's straight down in there. Let me get where you can see it a bit. That is the actual fuel outlet to the gas tank. That thing right there, that's the fuel outlet to the fuel tank, or where the gas line hooks up for the gas to go out. We still got a little bit of moisture around it, but really we're doing pretty good down in the corners and stuff. Around here, yep. Pretty good. We're getting about done. We'll leave this open tonight so it can finish drying out, but I'm going to run a paper towel around in there and finish up grabbing whatever I can. A little bit back there. Yep. That's pretty good. A few drops right around that fuel outlet. Yeah. All right, let's check this side out again. As you pick some up, it kind of spreads out, and then it comes back into little pools down the nooks and crannies. You just wouldn't think this tank would have that many nooks and crannies, but she's pretty nooked and crannied up. See, now we got almost all our water out. Yep. Let's look back in this other corner real quick. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's focus on that sweetheart again. Yeah, you can see it's pretty much dry now. Well, there's no water standing. We'll leave the cap off this and let it finish drying out overnight. Well, I think my supper's about ready, so we'll head this back up again tomorrow and finish her up. All right, we got all those cleaned and dried off. Now let's see if we can get them all stuck back together. I'm betting we can. My mat soaked up some gas. I'm kind of hoping he levels back out. Right now he's kind of lumpy. Make sure the end of that is clean. Pretty good. Before we stick him back in his hole. Now I did not count how many turns out this was from seated. So we're going to take a guess and then have to adjust from there. So I'm going to turn him in till he seats right there. And then, looks like I can keep track of time. There's a half, 1, half, 2. And we're going to start there. Seems like a good place as any to start. This little jet goes in the side over here. Why, you little thing. What is the matter with you? Come on, that's your home. There, see, you just coax it a little bit. And pretty soon everything just gets happy and goes right in. Seat and turn just a bit more. This one sits in here. Need to make sure I got the right side up. How in the world are we going to tighten it down if it's not? I guarantee you, if it can be messed up, I could mess it up at least twice in one try. Tight enough. This little sweetheart, he went over here, like so. This is our pilot jet. And boom, there he's in. Now we'll set our float back in place. I want to make sure that this thing still got a spring to him. Sure don't seem to. Maybe he's not supposed to. Let's take this little wire thingy off here for a minute. Then I want to press down on this thing and see if he moves. Nope, not sure he's supposed to. Get a little wire thingy. Set it back on there. Set him on our float. I think he goes this way. It's only going to work one way. It's not a big mystery. It will or it won't. Kind of glad he slid down past that jet. Kind of forgot about that. Now his wire's all crooked though. There we go. Whew! Close call. Make sure that's about where it needs to be. Now we're just going to give this a little tap just to seat it. Because it wasn't sticking out that far before, so we're going to make it go in a little farther. Having a rough time hanging on to everything. Yeah, that's about like it was. His head was out just a little bit, just like that. Now then, if we hold this down and blow in here, it blows, and if we go this way, it doesn't. So, should be good. We put our float bowl gasket back in here. It goes down this groove all the way around. Put our float bowl on, and let's give us some thought. This was the choke side, so this was sitting about there, I think. And, don't remember that having a gasket, but it seems like it sure should. We'll try it. Then we'll think rat turds. We should have got a gasket for that. Whenever it leaks, we'll see. First thing I do is get our linkage hook back up. We took the choke off last, so we'll put it back on first. Let's see. Yep, that's the chokey side. Chokey dokey. Turn him around here. Get him in there like that. Then we did our other linkage first, so we'll do him last. That goes in there. And then we got to hook our spring in there too. Of course, it wants to point 100% the wrong way. Let's put the spring in first. Maybe that would be easier. He's still going 1,000% the wrong way. There we go. He's in there. Now get this one in there. Like that. Slide him onto the studs. Whoop. Our linkage should be on there and should work. Works-ish. I think that choke one needs to be adjusted just a twidge. Now we're going to go ahead and put this together like this without our air box on it for a little bit. Luckily the thread's long enough we don't have to actually put a spacer in there. Just snug them up. Go and hook up our vent. And I don't want to hook up the fuel line yet. And this is our crankcase and it goes to there. I drained the oil out of this a while ago, so I'm going to put oil back in it before we start it up. So I'm going to put oil in it and then we'll fire it up. Alrighty, let's go ahead and put our shroud on so we can put our starter on so we can actually start this sweetheart. There we go. Kind of like that, I think. Yep, that'll do that. Put our star tire back on. First we need to wind up our rope a bit. We got a little case of the sags here. So we need to wind her up. Let's grab a hold of the rope in here. Like so, and take it a lap. See if that's enough. Yeah, that'll do. Get our 3 that are on here that were correct. I'll find another one to go there. I'm not putting that standard one back on there. All right, that does that. Now, we don't want to hook our fuel line back up because we don't know what all junk's going to be pumped out of that pump. Alrighty, here's the plan. We have a bottle hooked up to our carburetor, and we have our fuel pump just going to pump fuel into that dish right there until we start getting decent fuel out of it, because I don't want to fill the carburetor up with a bunch of junk. So let's try if this thing will actually start. Not unless I pump harder. Now I'm expecting this to hunt just a little bit because there's no air filter on it, so there's no restriction to the incoming air. So it's getting all the air it can. That thing sounds pretty good. I'm going to put the air filter on, and I think that'll take care of our lean condition as we're just running with an open carburetor. But it sounds great. No smoke, no nothing. We started getting good fuel out of our fuel pump. pretty cruddy there at first, you could see, but it's pretty good now. So I'm happy with that. Let's put the air filter on this thing. I don't have a key to it, but I'm going to see if a screwdriver will work as a key, because I'm pretty sure it will. And then we need to see if our blade brake clutch works and all that stuff. So, cool. Pretty happy so far. Put our air box back on. Oh, we need to hook up our crankcase vent before we get too crazy about all this stuff. And it just sticks in that hole. So, find our hose. There it is. Goes on there. And then that right there sticks into that hole right there. Get all the junk out of there. He just sticks in there. Like so. That goes above all that. Oh, we gotta take our nuts off. What am I doing? Getting the proverbial cart ahead of the horse again. We gotta take these off. This is going to go way better now. See? Oh, like a charm. There. That's in. Tighten your two carb bolts back up. Or nuts. Click. This filter isn't terrible. Looks like it seals like crap though. I'm going to recommend they get a new one of these for sure. Full show. Not the best air filter system I've ever seen. Oh! We can't forget the pre-cleaner. We'll set that in there maybe. Then come in like this. Yeah, kind of like that. There. Give it another thump. Ba-doom, bada-boom. Done. Kill wire is still unplugged. Well, clutch come on and never set back off. Not sure about that. Our job with this thing is about done. We were supposed to get it running. I'm going to take it out here and see if it'll actually move under its own way. This might be humorous, so let me set you up. Oh. Once you get used to it, I think it'll be all right. But right now, it's pretty scary for me to drive, especially when I get close to any cars or the road or anything else. Remembering to pull the handles in to stop without pulling them too far to start backing up, it's a little foreign to me. Now, I'm going to guess within an hour of driving this thing, it would all seem normal. Because I've drove a lot of things, and once you get the hang of them, they're all right. I just do not have the hang of this thing. It's still just a little bit scary for me. Not sure what's going on with the PTO clutch. It works, but it doesn't want to shut off until you bring it clear down to almost dead to kill the engine. Then you can bring it back. And I think it's got to lose power before it lets it go. That's not right, but it's not my problem to solve. My job is to get the engine running. And we have been successful at that. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it whenever you tune in to Mower Repair. And we get to play with all kinds of stuff like this, even V-Stroms and this, and got a CRF 450 coming up. Still got to finish up the 110s. We'll finish those videos up at a later time. This was just something we need to get done and get this baby down the road. So, she runs. That's the goal. Thanks for watching. God bless.